Grab your snacks and secure your seats. It's all happening live, right here, right now. Buckle up because the action is about to kick off.
Good afternoon, curling fans. Welcome in to draw number 2 of the Belgian Men's Challenger here on the World Curling Tour YouTube channel. I am John McLennan. This is my partner in crime, Pim van Vlaanderen. We are Curdia. We are hosting this tournament for you guys, bringing you all sorts of live, exciting curling action. We've already had one draw this morning. Pretty good matchup between Team Mercier from France and I'm already drawing a blank.
The German team?
The German team from Geising. Yes,
Team
thank
Geising,
you.
yeah.
Team Geising. Wow. Okay.
He's an old man. People, our audience at Korea, they know old man John sometimes forgets, draws a blank. He even recalled like 2 seconds before he went to the booth, Pim, it's good afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the Joe Biden of Korea. No, that's too harsh. That's too harsh.
Not that bad.
No.
But I tend to be forgetful. But today, this afternoon, we're going to be seeing the Hungarian men from PTSE going up against Swedish team Westerberg. You know, we've seen Joel Westerberg, the skip from the team Westerberg, obviously, in our chat last week. You know, we've gotten to know him a little bit, but the Hungarian team, a bit of an unknown for us. We've never seen them play before, so. Really looking forward to seeing some new teams out on the ice. And at Team Westerberg, we know Joel from the chat, but we don't know him from on the ice. So is he as good as curler as he says he is in chat?
We'll find out, yeah. But before we hop into the details of the game, like for people just tuning in, this is the World Curling Tour the Belgian Men's Challenger event. That's always kind of, in what order are those words? But we have like 10 teams from 8 different nations. That's quite a nice lineup. We have a lot of teams from the Nordics kind of traveling here to cold, harsh winter Belgium with the rain and the clouds and the 5 degrees. But then we also have an intercontinental team, Team Shu, French national team, the German junior team. So and the 2 teams that are playing in a moment here. So quite a nice lineup and quite a bunch of matches. We have 9 streams in total, 3 today, 4 tomorrow, and then the big finale day on Sunday. If you look at the roster, today, Friday, 1 session has been played, 2 more to go, and then on Sunday will be an enormous day for us to survive.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday, yeah, Saturday. Sunday. Yeah, it feels like it's Saturday because we haven't streaming today. It feels, it's Friday. Some people are at work. This is also kind of work for us, but fun work. Yeah. Some people are at boring work, watching YouTube. We are at YouTube. But yeah, Saturday, 4 matches, 4 streams in a row. That's a lot of curling for you guys. A lot of highlights, shot of the matches, takeouts, draws, whatever you name it. It is going to be here on World Curling Tour for this event. And then on Sunday, we don't know which teams will play the semis and the finals. We'll know that by tomorrow evening as the roster will fill up. We have a very short knockout, 2 semis, and then the gold finale kicking off on Sunday around 12:30 local Belgian time. You do the math wherever you are. But if you're in the Netherlands, that's also 12:30 local time.
I'm sure they would figure that out now.
So, John, is there anything we want to add about, let's say, the groups? But teams are divided into 2 groups. What do you want to mention about the group stage?
It's a lot of teams that we're just not familiar with. You know, looking in here on Group A, we know Team Dala, they play here in the Belgian League as desperate housekeepers. So we'll probably slip that in from time to time. But as for the rest of the teams, we don't really know much about them. Team Ross, we know one of the players. He plays on a team in the Belgian League, but he is playing in a completely different team here now for the WCT tournament. Team Björke, Westerberg, PTSE, all new to us. Even Team Ross is new to us. So I'm looking forward to getting to see some new faces, some new styles of curling, people coming from all sorts of different places.
Although Team Ross, they're just, I think they participated as the Dutch juniors last year or the year before.
Oh, is that the same? Okay,
Yeah,
then.
but then I guess their skip has become so, let's say, self-conscious that they decided to change their name into Team Ross with a name like that. Who wouldn't, of course?
Sure.
And then Group B, like before we move away from this group, Team Westerberg sitting top of the league. Oh, as we can say hi to Wim Nilleman, the coach of Team Verreken, pops in into our booth now and then to just give us a wink and a high five. So yeah, Team Westerberg sitting top of the league, and if they win this game, they can even sit stronger, top of the group basically. Group B, then John, what can you tell us about Group B?
Well, this one we have a couple of more teams that we've seen before. Obviously, Team Verreken, the Belgian men's national team, they do play in our national league as well, so we're quite familiar with them, big fans of them. They're quite big supporters of the Courteous Streams. Team Hananen, we met these guys last year here. A lot of fun. We like to have them on the stream as well, so looking forward to have them back. And then we come into the rest where we don't know. I mean, well, we've seen Mercier and Kaising this morning. Mercier putting on a really strong performance. Kaising really struggling with weight, I think was the biggest thing, because it's too fast and the stones are just staying too straight. Team Zhu put on a good match, good performance against Team Honda and very tight. I think they won 4-2 with a few blanks thrown in there. So they're going to be a really strong team. They've got about a dozen people here with them. They brought their own entourage. So looking forward to getting some noise from them here in the cafeteria. But yeah, looking forward. I mean, I don't know enough about these teams. I'm excited. I know that they're all higher level teams, that this should be some good matches. We're going to see who adjusts to the ice first. And I think that's going to be the key to just about every match we have today.
Yeah, I agree to that, John. And then one thing worth mentioning, we do this as Curdia TV. We have our own YouTube channel, but especially for this event, we broadcast here on the World Curling Tour YouTube channel. But for people who don't know us, it's important to say we have chat open here. We are kind of an interactive stream. People from Curdia, our audience knows, they can just chat along, pop in questions, comments, whatever, and we will pick in, comment back, reply back. If you have commenting on the game, just feel free to chat in there or make your predictions. We have a poll running. We always do some polls because it's interesting, not just what we think, but also what our people think, and then we can steal their knowledge to make our predictions as well. That's helpful. It's kind of the lifeline in Who Wants to Become a Millionaire.
Feel free to point out whenever we're wrong or whenever you think we're saying making crazy talk, because yeah, we get things wrong all the time. We're curlers ourselves, so we understand a little bit, but you know, it's easy to make mistakes. It's easy to get things wrong, and we want you guys to call us out on it. You know, it's like we'll call ourselves out on it as well if we think, hey, he's going for the obvious hit here, and then there's a draw. You know, I expect to get some comments from that. So It's all in good fun. We're here to entertain you. We're here to hope bring you some good curling and hope you enjoy yourself. So,
yeah, and before we hop over to the ice, there is one more thing to do. John and I, we have this kind of little competition amongst ourselves. You can see it here in the top corner where my name is right there and John's name is on the other side. It says 1-0, and that is because we make our predictions. I have a perfect streak of 100% won games, all green on the PIM side.
One is not a streak, just so you're aware. But since I lost, we always kind of do this, that the loser gets first pick in the next one, just like curling. If you lose an end, you get to go first, or if you get the hammer next time. So I am going to go with the PTSE Men from Hungary. Going to take a little stab in the dark. We don't know much about them. Didn't get a chance to talk to them too much before this, but I was out on the ice fixing a camera during their LSD and saw some pretty good LSD out there. So I'm going with that. I'm basing it on nothing more than the LSD.
Yeah, I was a bit 50-50 up front because, both teams are probably equally skilled, according to my knowledge, which is very low on both teams. I think I recognized one of the players of the Hungarian team. I think I spotted them over in Dumfries in the beginning of December playing the World Mixed Qualifiers, but I'm not entirely sure of that. I have to double check or check with him. But I am going to counterpick, I think, Swedish teams, the Nordics. They're solid at curling. That is one good claim to make a counter pick like that, and the second one is counter picking John is always super fun to do. And Joel is has been very nice to us in terms of overloading us with compliments and nice words. So he kind of has that itch. So I am going for Westerberg, and you're going for the Hungarian team. PTSE.
I am.
We'll have to figure out what PTSE stands for. I'm guessing maybe the name of the curling club or something like that. But if people in chat are watching, if they brought their fan base, maybe they can tell us. Who knows?
All right, so let's jump on out to the ice and get caught up with everything that's going on. Looks like first stone went into the house. Westerberg does have the hammer. The skips are mic'd up. I'll try to see if I can get them properly switched on. There we go.
So here we see the Hungarian team playing in the red jerseys. And yes, Amy, 100%, you got that right. 100% correct, I'd say.
Okay.
We have two other matches going on as well. I'll try to keep you guys up to date as soon as I get my scoreboard fixed.
And Team Heinenen, the blue jerseys, they started out with the hammer. That's already...
No, that's Team Westerberg.
Team Westerberg, yeah. Oh, yeah, I said Team Heinen.
It is confusing. You'd think the blue team would be Finland, but then again, Sweden can also be blue, so... Coming over, is that going to creep into the house? It does. Look at that. The ice is pretty fast out there. It is just kind of carrying.
Nice synchronized sweeping there.
Gets the hit. Gonna roll this one as far over to the side as I can, and that settles in right there nicely on the T line. I like that. Yep. Good start. Emmy asking, what is a hammer? A hammer is the last stone of each end.
I was going to say it's a tool you use if you want to hammer nails into a... But indeed, go continue your explanation.
So it's the last stone of the end. You have... it's an advantage. I'm not sure why they call it the hammer.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
okay,
I was going to call it afterwards.
So basically it just gives a team advantage of having the last stone. They get to score or not.
Apparently... Back in the days, and I'm really talking old school days, they used hammer and nails to put up the scorecards on a wooden scoreboards. So then the tool, the hammer, was used to indicate which team had the hammer, and therefore it became known as the hammer.
Oh.
So there's a bit of history in there. It's not a random symbol or a random reason.
I didn't assume it was random, but I certainly had no idea where it came from. Thank you for dropping that knowledge. Calling for line. Either I'm starting to understand Swedish or he said tight. So there's a 0% chance that I understand Swedish. I didn't accidentally learn it. Yeah. Although I know line, but that's just because you hear that enough.
Yeah, and linje. It's kind of familiar to line.
It's pretty common, yes.
Yeah.
So peeling off the guard here. Setting everything out. I think we're seeing just kind of a feel-out end here. Both teams just kind of going, all right, let's find what our lines are, what our speeds are, weights are. Westerberg won't have any problem taking a blank in this end, or won't mind taking a blank. It gives them the hammer for the next end, the even ends, which is semi-importance. But if they can get a steal, or not a steal, a score of 2, they'll also be happy. And Jeff, don't think I didn't see your comment. I just didn't make notice or mention of it. To everybody in chat, Jeff there is my brother, so.
Maybe Jeff was the troll that imposed for your wife at some point. Remember, there was this one stream where there was your wife popped in chat and started saying things, but then you doubted whether that was really Christine.
I know who it wasn't. Christine, and it wasn't Marcus. It was Tur.
Oh.
He hasn't admitted to it, but I'm almost 100% that it was his. Oops.
That brings us to the question: is Jeff the real Jeff?
Yes.
Okay.
Because who would want to impersonate him?
As a twin, that is a nice comment to make, eh?
Yep.
Westerberg trying to draw in behind the corner guards, sweeping it to really bury it, find that protection.
There it goes, buries it nicely behind the tee line, however.
It's a bit deep, but it's protected.
Yeah. So it looks like the PTSE gonna try to draw in on top of that. Jeff, just remember, newer is always better. Jeff is my older twin by 10 minutes, so it still goes to stand that I am newer than he is, despite not being new anymore.
Amy saying she feels bad for your mom. Yeah, I can imagine. Although it's still in the typical brotherly love kind of way of saying things.
This one is just going to stay a bit wide and goes through. So not quite the right line on that one. Opportunity for Westerberg to kind of draw in here.
Yeah, split the house.
I had the wrong skip unmiked. That's why I thought he was quiet and not speaking Swedish anymore.
Lite vid. Hur lång är den? Bra linje. Kolla upp. Bra linje. Här vill jag ha en 8. Ja, håller jämnt. Ser lite lång ut. Okay.
One looking pretty good, although a little bit deep, so keeping him off the sweep. This one might just keep creeping. They would have preferred to have that one above the tee line, but still kind of splits the house. Need to get the freeze here. Oh no, not going for a freeze. Going to play a hit here. I think. Nope. Well, just where he was setting up the broom, if they were trying to leave it on that. Take it onto the red there. or the yellow, excuse me.
Let's see.
This one staying outside. Catches it enough to push it out.
Yeah, lucky for them, they still hit, but this is now an open draw for 2 points, and Joel will be pretty happy, because this is exactly what you want, especially if you're now having to throw fourth. This is also the kind of stones you like to throw, just putting it in there as an extra point. Huge tolerance anywhere in the paint, basically.
This is widely known as the most difficult shot in curling. Wide open draw to anywhere in the house. But that one is going to settle down nicely right there
Oh, and makes it in style.
on the pin. That is going to be a good start.
I like it if they even put it on the pin. It's like saying, you know, this is what I can do. This is what I'm capable of. Remember this for next time. And Hungarian team huddling up, debriefing of the end, kind of fine-tuning their tactics and strategy.
Yep.
Going into the second end, and as we kind of narrate the story of this first end, it's worth mentioning that we have 3 games here today in this second session. Over on Sheet A, we have Team Björke playing against the Belgium national men's team, Team Vreken. And then over on Sheet C, we're watching Team Dalle playing against Team Chu.
Okej, gå då. Hur lång? Här då.
Kim starts things off for Team
Hello, man.
Westerberg here in the second end.
Är det inne?
Just looking
Okay.
for center guard.
Ja, här då. Bara här. Inte aldrig in, aldrig in. Väldigt viktigt. Okej, ja men rent då, rent då. Kör lite för fart då, kör lite för fart då. Eller curl. Ja, jag ångrar mig.
Bring this one a curl onto the center line. Oh, that's
Bra
perfect.
riktning.
This is exactly what you want from your lead. Just putting it on that center line. Nice guard in front of the house. And that is your first move in a series of 8 to hopefully steal, and if not, force your opponent to just score 1 or even blank.
Oh, där var Sirius!
Hungarians looking for a corner guard here. Calling them off the sweep. They want this one to curl over. But a bit wide. They just don't want to tap this one off that center line if it touches at all. And it does. So, all right. Joel starting saying that's okay there. We'll leave it as it is.
Yeah, it's understandable. I mean, it's not, you're not obliged to take it out, and now you suddenly have 2 center guards, the center well
Jag
protected.
tycker vi lämnar det
So
där.
it's a useful stone for them to
Yeah.
leave it out there.
And even having that red in the middle is better for Westerberg than it is for the Hungarians. So,
Bara fart. Rent.
now Yellow's going to want to take advantage of that, try to get their own stone around behind into the house.
Wow! Wow! Ser jättehård ut.
This feels very heavy.
Ingen tid, men jag ser jättehård ut. Ja, det är ju igenom, eller?
Yeah, we were told by some of the players in between sessions that the ice is very fast. But when you have very fast ice, it doesn't curl as much. So you've got to throw it so much slower than you would think in order for it to have some curls. So that one just a little bit too much. Stayed outside and then just slides right through the house.
Då precis Sirius, Kivura. Åh, gå väg. Gå
Trying to
Gerek.
curl this one over. It's well
Gerek.
past the guards.
Åh!
But is
Go
that going to
Gerek.
move very much?
Ja, Sirius.
Stays pretty straight. Now, was the
Right,
case
okay.
like a week ago in Belgium that this side of the B sheet was way straighter than all of the other sides of the other sheets? Maybe you will figure that out by watching Kurdia last week. But then again, the ice has been flooded, and Mark Allen has been prepping it.
They've done quite a bit of work. They've gotten rid of a lot of the nasty spots, but not all of them, it looks like. So
Wow!
Teams are going to have to be very conscious of the lines they take. This one's wide past the guard. Ooh, not so wide, but enough, and that's fantastic. That is a great shot.
That is fantastic. I couldn't have
78.
used a different word to describe that type of stone. It's just fantastic.
It was the first time in this match. Give me a break. I'm allowed to still use it.
That's true.
Inkább.
It's a great word.
Ja.
It's an excellent word.
80-90.
Superb. some
It's a
might say.
magnificent word.
Yes. Very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, you talk very good English.
Trying to clear things up, gets rid of
Három
the
80
center ones,
gondoltam.
trickles it in there, opens up the main
Honnan
the
vennek?
center line. Nicely done.
Ja, 11,5 igen va?
Yes, for those of you who are unaware,
Jag gillar det.
I used to
Här för
say
träffa.
very good a lot, and then I started realizing I should use different words. And then somehow I've settled on fantastic, and I use that too much. So
Ja,
I need to get a thesaurus and print out
rent.
some
Wow. Ja, ja,
different
ja.
words to use.
Wow, wow, wow. Rent. Ja. Japp, ligger bra. Japp.
Bringing
japp.
the hit
Bra,
in
bra så.
here.
Bra. Fint lir Måns, bra stenar. Den första.
En. Irányo! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Calling off the sweepers.
Mondjad,
Still
ne
sweeping.
köpörjünk, hát átmegy a házon. Első 5 méteren tilos köpörni, inkább 10.
This one carrying in deep. Is that going to go through? Yep. That is going to trickle through.
De az jó volt, hogy 89.
That is unfortunate.
Igen.
Kicka in i och för sig, det är lite tråkigt.
Yeah, a little mistake and
Spelar ingen roll.
this creates a setup where Westerberg can really put pressure.
Fart på gard, 60, 70.
Little dance
Kan
there,
gärna vara nära mot.
a little wiggle.
60 kanske då. 65. Väldigt. Det bromsade i sliden. Wow, 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 wow. Köla! Hur lång är den? Köla. Okej. Wow, wow. Wow! Wow! Den är jättelång! Ja, frys, kör! Nej, för sent.
Trying to hold off on this one.
Kom ut lite hårt, jag tyckte jag bromsade in den, men...
And if they can get a freeze out of this, could also work.
Måste bättre kommunikation
There's a
från dem.
little bit of a gap, but I don't mind that one. Might be a double there, might even be a triple here if the angles are right.
Oh, 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 oh! Get it! Okay.
Gets rid of one, but it's a little thin, so slides underneath the one on the wide side. This one coming in slowly. Wanted to guard over their yellow. It's creeping a little bit deep. Might be able to get a freeze out of this.
Igen. Heck!
And right there on the freeze. Having a little technical issues with the cameras, trying to sort those out. Sorry about that, chat.
Okej. Amúgy nem hallottam semmit. Jó. Konkrétan egy szót nem hallottam.
It's the tap through. Gets rid of one, splits things out.
From där. Upp. Rent. Mums. Kolla. Rent. Rakt. Wow. Kolla. Kolla hela vägen, kolla hela vägen, kolla hela vägen, kolla. Kolla, kolla. Wow, bara mot ingen, mot ingen, mot ingen. Wow, 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 wow. Bra spel.
Yeah, people probably noticed at home that there's a bit of delay on the cameras. There's a bandwidth issue with the network at the club this morning. Trying to sort it out. Good sweeping there to avoid the red stone jamming on that yellow stone there, and Westerberg sitting 3 right now, very strong. Now it's up to the Hungarian team to figure out what the best play is. Want to score hopefully more than 1 point. House is still open. That's the one thing that is looking good for them. In the worst case, they will have to settle and draw for 1 here. But obviously that's not what you want on the hammer end. On the hammer you want to score at least 2 points. Get some efficiency on that hammer advantage. And a missed takeout here from the Hungarian team, and it's kind of these small misses that allow Westerberg to steal 3 here. And yeah, I said it was a small miss, but I think that's a rather painful miss here. An open draw, a 4-1. overthrown, and then Team Westerberg, to their surprise, perhaps, stole 3 in the second end, leading 5-2 over the Hungarian team, and that is a huge way to start this game.
No, I did my best to find any kind of technical stuff in the back room that didn't seem to change much, though. The stone kind of coming in across. Comes in deep into the house, so they're going to try to drag this down to the T line.
Irányú! Kívülről! Kívülről! Végig jöhet! Végig, Raúl, végig! Oh. Okay. Okay.
Getting this one out to the corners. A little bit wide, but still usable.
Lite plats. Långt ut. Bra linje.
Joel wanting to
Bra
bring
linje.
this one into the house.
Ja, ser ut att dö.
Gonna
Okej.
dare
Bra
the
linje.
Hungarians to chase after
Ska
it.
göra. Bra linje. Ha lite lös tid. Nej, bra tid, bra tid. Wow, bra tid. Här vill jag ha den typ helst. Ja, den är bra där också. Bra spel, Kim. Bra. Ja. 15-8.
Trying it to get it as close to, I would say close to Yellowstone. Leaves a bit of a double takeout opportunity this way.
Yeah, but I think this was the thought behind Joel's call there, is that they think that the Hungarian guys are going to just try to set up guards. They'll deal with this later.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, and if the Hungarians throw these kind of takeouts, sure, it knocks out some Yellowstones, but will it bring them back in the game? Will it help them decrease that 5-point leads? I think if they want to get back, they need points and need guards. This guard is slightly too deep. Rolls into the house, and now this is an hit and roll takeout.
Curla, curla,
Bumper
curla.
weight.
Curla hela vägen. Curla, 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 curla. Fortsätt curla, fortsätt curla.
all right, since we have some, it's a bit distracting when the Skip's voice is way ahead, so I'm going to mute that for a little bit to see if we can't figure this out. But coming down, gets the hit and the rollover. Not quite in front, but still a pretty good stone there.
Yes, definitely. And still a bit worrying for the Hungarian team, since, yeah, sure, corner guards are there, but the house is getting stacked up with Yellowstones. They will have to deal with on their side.
Yep, looking for a freeze here up against those yellow pockets. Trying to drag this one down as far as they can. Are they going to get this one around the guard? Looks like not. I think that's going to tick off of it. Ever so slightly, I am correct, and then freezes up into that pocket. So where they wanted it anyway.
Yeah.
So not too bad here.
It's an alternative reality to put it in there like that, but hey, this is where they wanted it, and a stone on the red one will kick out both yellow stones if it's nicely angled. Now I guess Westerberg wants that red stone to go at some point, so probably they want to do the stakeout themselves.
Yeah, probably looking to come on the inner part of the nose, left side as we're looking at it now. They will lose one of their stones, but catches it on the right side, so 2 of their stones will move, 1 completely out of the house.
Well, I think they like it. I mean, those yellow stones were there kind of blocking in the red one. Now the red one is exposed again. That's the one they want to get rid of. And Westerberg still having 3 stones in the house.
Sweeper's indicating this one's a little on the heavier side. Yeah, this one's going to keep on going. Cruises through the house. A little bit of help there from Westerberg Vice, but
we've seen a couple of those stones that were just unusable by the way they were just a bit too hard. And yeah, 1 or 2 of those stones in an end just sets you back to a situation where you don't really have something to protect or defend. You have to adapt to what's in the house, and the other team has the initiative and the control.
the red one is gone. Couple of yellows sitting in the middle. Hungarian's going to look to draw in behind those stacked up yellows, use it to their advantage, try to get on the scoreboard in this end. Do not want to give up another steal. This one, it feels light. It's going to chip off the yellow, and yeah, it just comes up sitting 4th shot. It's going to be difficult for Westerberg to take it out, but I don't think they're going to fuss with it. It's actually kind of pinned in front of their own, so.
And meanwhile, on the other sheets, close games so far. And I just see once put out there on the scoreboard. So, everything is still possible on sheet A and sheet C.
There you have Bjorka leading Vareka 2-0 in the 3rd end, and Dalla and Zhu tied up at 1 apiece in the 3rd end. You know, here Westerberg has had a very strong couple of ends. They lead at 5-0. This one
Missed,
kind of misses. Taps theirs a little bit out of the way, so actually took a point away from them, scoring stone away from themselves. But I think they're more worried about just preventing the Hungarians from getting back in and scoring a big end. It seems a bit early to start playing the scoreboard, but at the same time, when you're up by 5, why not?
Yeah, indeed. I had this exact same thought. Like normally you wouldn't see a team playing the scoreboard in the 3rd end, but here makes perfect sense.
Trying to hold this one. That is going to tap on their own red. But is that too hard? It is, and that goes through. That's unfortunate. Thought that one looked fairly decent, but now it even puts them in a worse position because now the red is definitely blocked by the yellows going into the house. So Westerberg going to take advantage of that, coming around behind that group of stones. Around the guards, this needs to curl over.
And that's the question, will it curl enough?
Curls enough to get buried, but that is behind the tee. So, path there for PTSE to take. Sweeper's working this one, trying to get it to come down. That one going to be on the guard. It's very tight. That one is on the guard, a little bit light, kind of trickled out to the side. So they still have an opportunity to run back, but just not the right weight for that stone. Back? I'm not hearing anything from out on the ice anymore.
No.
Are we? Stream is still up in the broadcast in the cafeteria, so that's still good. A little bit delayed from us. Oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get some sound again. Hammerstone here in the third. PTSE trying to get on the board. They do not want to give up a big end. They're sitting. Westerberg is sitting 3. Sweeper's working this one hard to get it down. We do not want to leave this one light, but this one is going to come up short, and that is another steal of 3.
Yeah, and that's a big steal.
Maybe even 4. They're looking at it.
Yeah, are we going to see a first measurement? You're well indicating 3. I think the Hungarians will accept, but you can see on their faces it's not just working out for them. Then.
They're struggling finding the weight. It's just, that's almost every other stone was too heavy. Now this one too light. That's always a rough feeling when you just can't feel like you find your
or your draw weights.
Yep.
And that's so important. I mean, that's almost the essence of curling sometimes, finding that draw weight. And if you don't seem to find it, then yeah, what do you do?
PTSE might have PTSD after this game. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we were wondering what PTSD stands for when we were doing the introduction of the game, but makes sense.
So Kim starting things off here for Westerberg in the fourth end as they lead at 8-0 over PTSE. Not a whole lot that Westerberg can do wrong. I bet they're going to be just park the bus mode, play conservative, try to force the Hungarians to chase this one actually going all the way through, but I think that's likely what they intended.
Yeah, it's not the worst indeed. And yeah, 8-0. And the hardest part is they have to keep playing at this point. Only 3 ends deep in the game. You can only shake hands after the 6th. So whatever happens, they will have to endure at least 3 more ends.
So another corner guard here.
Ja, vilken
This
hand?
one going to be a bit deep.
Va?
Trickles into the house, so before it
Hey, in the
even
field,
stops, Joel has the
Thomas.
broom down, ready for the next one. Looking for the hit here, wanting to curl and make sure. There it goes. Rolls back to the other side of the house. Good job. So another corner guard here. Or so it stands to reason. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Trying to peek over on the other sheets to see what's happening there. And
No new updates over there.
no, but I think we mentioned it before. Team Björke winning against Verreken so far.
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, we asked like, do you guys know Björke better than we do? Maybe Team Verreken, since they are playing a lot of international tournaments, worlds. They know a couple of these teams in the World Curling Tour circuit, but they were not that familiar with the team, so they said, well, we'll just play our game and see how good they are. And has to be said, Team Verreken playing with 3 instead of 4. Don't know if that will be part of their story. And then over on sheet C, the other Belgian team, Team Dalle, playing against Team Shu.
Still knotted up at 1 over there.
A strong result here for Team Dalle so far.
This one carrying a little bit deep, but does kind of keeps that double away. Hungarians going for another corner guard. Let this one be a little bit tighter to this 4-foot circle.
No build-up so far for the Hungarian team.
Yeah, nothing they've been able to sustain. They've been getting those corner guards out there, but usually after putting one in the house, so that gets taken away, and then they have to do it again. And by this time, they're able to start hitting. This one also carrying a little bit deep.
Yeah, you can see like the gestures of Joel. Well, let's just take him out. Yeah. I mean, that's all they need to do so far. They have 2 stones in the house. Westerberg, so they don't need those guards at all. And immediately calling for line here.
Big weight gets it out of the way. Shooter rolls out. Textbook peel.
Yeah.
And that's all they want to do is make sure that the Hungarians don't have anything to draw in behind.
Yeah, the Hungarians, I mean, if you're 8 point behind with 5 more ends to play, you have no other option than to steal back to back. And even if you steal every end, you're just scoring 5 minimal. So they need to steal, and they need to make some big steals as well.
So first they need to score, then they can worry about stealing.
And that's true. That's true.
Westerberg not making it easy for them, but I also feel like PTSE hasn't been making it easy on themselves either.
I think that's indeed the case. Like mid-game, a couple of these flash stones or missed stones where Westerberg at some point just says, well, what do we do now? It's
See, there's another one just a little heavy, a little bit wide, and that's just going to carry around past. And there's just nothing you can do. It's sort of helpless feeling as a sweeper where it's like, it's too hard. We can't do anything, and maybe they could have tried to curl it, but does it really help them that much?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, but indeed, even when it overcurled or curled more, then it taps on your own corner guard. Is that what you want? So Westerberg clearing the last bit of red left in this end so far, although no, it jammed on the backstone, so maybe a lucky break here for the Hungarians.
Yep.
Finally
Something. So going with corner freeze here.
Oh, and John, I have one huge argument why we should be big fans of the Team Björke.
Oh, I saw the pink jerseys.
Yeah, flashy pink.
They took the jackets off. Yes, big fans of that. I was going to comment on that between the ends, but you beat me to it. So.
Yeah. Once I noticed, I couldn't keep it for myself. It was too much of an eye catcher. And again, a deja vu here. Wide and heavy, and Westerberg will try and sweep it out. Also sweeping from the Hungarian team, because they don't want it to serve as a stone in the back of the yellow one.
I question that call a little bit. Personally, I'd rather have gone for the hit, nose hit, even a hit and roll back over their middle. You're leaving things out in the open, but at some point you just kind of have to say, we need to get rid of this and hopefully somehow get a 3. But by throwing it too deep on their own, then they're taking that away from them already. So trying to sweep this one over, wanting to get the big hits.
And a rare miss here from Euro.
It's a second miss this end, so...
Yeah. They can afford it, luckily. I mean, that's the one thing. But then again, who knows? A chance for the Hungarian men all of a sudden to score some points here. Only one more yellow stone in the house, whereas the Hungarians have 2 red stones. So if ever they want to score a big house, maybe now is the time in the 4th end.
Still looking to put up a guard. I'm not a huge fan of this call, to be honest. I may be a little more recklessly aggressive, but I would still go to play this yellow out of the house, roll somewhere else. Try to roll the shooter in there, because then you're sitting with 3. They're spread out. You might be able to still pull out a big end.
Now, in terms of sweeping, seems like they are very good sweepers there.
Yep. Very hard on the broom, trying to get that. It's going to over curl. So this doesn't do them any favors. It's not shot. It's acting as, guard for that yellow. If they wanted to score multiples, I guess maybe they can run their own red back, but even that seems like a dubious...
I think Westerberg is going for this double takeout in the back, just getting rid of 2 red stones, clearing the danger.
Yep, and there it is.
There it is. And now Westerberg sitting first and second shots.
Amy, you went to go get a banana at the wrong time. Yes, they scored 3 in the previous end and another steal of 3. It's not looking good for the Hungarians at the moment.
Damn that bananas. Yeah. Yeah, curse the banana. And Zemst is kind of familiar with Hungarian curlers because for those of you that don't watch the Belgium Curling League, and I don't blame you for that, it's quite a niche league, but still, we have a Hungarian team playing in that league, juniors.
No, we don't.
Isn't it the Hungarian team?
Romanian.
Oh, Romanian. Oh, yes. I mixed up.
We have had the Hungarians.
We have had the Hungarians
on the stream before last year in this tournament.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I mixed those two.
I really was wondering where you were going with that.
Yeah. But next year, we might, if the league keeps growing, we just might. You're right.
There is a good shot there from PTSE, finally getting where they need to be, but it is still peeking out. And so Joel is going, let's get rid of it.
Yeah, peeks out just enough for Westerberg to take a shot at it.
Yeah, don't need don't need really serious weight on it. Control will be good.
It is an important shot though. Cannot over curl.
Yep, needs to make sure it gets on that. Hans,
That
you
works.
are in the way, but there it goes.
And it leaves
Puts it out.
and
Leaves
leaves Hungary an open draw here, and that's the one thing. Well, the one thing you don't like to do in a game like this. Remember where?
Yeah, it's how they gave up the 3 in the third. They had the open draw.
Yeah, Loring hopefully not stressing out over this one. Not hope the deja vu feelings don't pop in his head at this point. Yeah, looking at the scoreboard behind Loring, you can see they really need some points over on the red side there. And as much as we are neutral, it's always good for the suspense of the game if it's a bit balanced in terms of score.
Yeah, we like to see a competitive game here. Competitive matches here. It's coming down somewhere in there, but seems to be
That's
good.
fine.
And there we go. And so
Their first points in a series of what they hope to be 9 at least. But going into the 4-round break with a massive point lead here for Team Westerberg. And massive is not an understatement if you're leading 8-1 halfway. I think the biggest score we had so far is 9-2. That was in the previous game, where Team Mercier scored 9 against a German team, Geising.
break. I'm not sure if you heard me. Now we're here.
Now we're here, back in the booth. The only place where the delay has not affected the infrastructure. So it seems... no, I did that on purpose. But, yeah, John, what can we say about this game? I think so far Westerberg I think they are a strong team. I've seen some very, very solid performances, even with these takeouts, very controlled, and these subtle takeouts always roll to the nice sides. Weights are perfect, so maybe the Hungarian team should not be too hard for themselves. They are playing against a very good team, Team Westerberg. After this match, 2 wins in the group, unbeaten, a team we might just see pop up in the semifinals on Sunday. So
That's a possibility, but, don't say it ain't over till the fat lady sings. And, well, there's still some time left, so maybe you just counter-cursed my curse, because apparently I've been terrible for every team I've picked today.
yeah, and true.
But, Joel was talking about the ice and how the speed was, and that their advantage is that they played already this morning. They know how fast the ice is, and it's shown. I think that PTSE has just been a little bit heavy on a lot of their stones, and it's just really struggling to adjust to that weight. And wow, they're not taking the full break. They're already back out on the ice. So
Yeah, I think
why don't we just jump back out there?
Drew, it's gonna be a short session, well-paced session. I mean, they are in their 4th end break. I don't know what's happening on the other sheets, but they are still wrapping up their 4th end. Well, we kick off in end number 5. End number 5. Normally 5 out of 8, maybe not in this game. Dan is joining us in chat. He is asking, what are the other scores so far on the other sheets? Well, I can say...
There you go. We'll throw up the ticker so Don can see it.
Oh,
Got
even
everything up to
better.
So Vareka scored 2 in the 3rd to tie things up. Bjorka is there at the 4th end. And Dala scored 1 in the 3rd to take a 2-1 lead over Zhu.
That's a strong result from Dala.
Yes.
So far, Dala starting really good at this tournament. As mentioned before, Dala, they are in for a 2 weekend series that is going to be very important for the team. This basically is a good training opportunity for next weekend. Next weekend here in Zemst, we have the men's national team challenger. Team Vreken is being challenged by Team Dalle, known as the Desperate Housekeepers here in Belgium. That's going to be an interesting series to follow here in Belgium for the Belgians, especially with Bram, for instance, a former player of Team Vreken, joined Team Dalle at this point. So if Team Dalle would win that challenge, then Bram could end up playing the Euros with a second team.
One coming up. Ooh, hard to say if that's on the center line. Nope. Waving it off. Still too early to go after it, though.
Yeah, they're looking at it. They just want to make sure they're on the same page here with the stone. Is it on or off center line?
So I'm asking, what does it mean to be off center line? So there is a line that runs straight down the center of the sheet. And during the first 5 stones in play, any stone touching that center line can't be moved off the center line. It's called the no tick rule, the tick rule, or the center line rule, depending on who you talk to. So if it's off the center line, so it's not touching the center line, they can move it. They can't take it out of play, but they can move it off that center line. But if it's touching it, it has to stay touching that center line until 5 stones have been played. one is going to catch on that. Other one chips that one onto the center line, but doesn't really help them much. Because now that was the 5th stone to be played. So everything is open game, fair game. So they can start hitting whatever they like.
And this has some pace on it. Sweepers on it, but line seemed fine and clears both guards.
And the shooter.
And the
Everything is
shooter.
gone. Very
Well
great
executed there.
stone. Yep. And to draw this one down. Ideally freezing up against that yellow one in the middle. Sweepers are working hard to get this down there. Comes up a little bit short of the house. I had a suggestion from Jeff to power cycle the switch that the cameras are connected to. That would make it, we would lose the cameras for a couple of minutes.
Let's try that after this game, I guess. This is end number 5. Maybe this is going to be a 6-ender. We'll have to wait and see. Power cycle. There's Neen, you have to ride a bicycle to generate power to kind of boost the system.
Just means reboot it.
Okay.
Turn it off and then turn it back on again. It's just fancy, fancy IT phrase for you try turning it off and on again.
In my head, you were already power cycling here.
Yep. This one misses the tap a little bit deep and leaves just an open hit here for Westerberg. Not really a whole lot. They really haven't been stretched or tested yet this match.
Yeah, indeed.
Just
This, in that regard, it's similar to the first game where one team can't really pressure their opponent, force them into playing their best game, their best play.
Goes, gets rid of it. Shooter goes out as well, but at this point, Westerberg doesn't really need to score. Isn't really thinking about scoring. They're just thinking about preventing the big ends.
Yep.
Trying to bring this one down into the house, but it is also light. Going to end up center guard covering over that yellow.
Yeah, and this is a center guard that is kind of useful for Westerberg if they want to steal, but then again, yeah, they might as well just clear red stuff here.
Yep. They barely waited until the stone was still before they just got in the hack and got ready to go. This one goes down and plink, picks it out of the way.
Yeah. It seems like, yeah, they just, as if it's normal, as if it's kind of low effort stuff, but then again, it's very nice takeout. Just right on the broom, correct weights, losing the shooter, opening things up. They are very solid at this play, and to be honest, I'm impressed with Westerberg. Maybe in a game like this, the mistakes of one team are noticeable, and you you tend to underestimate at some point maybe the effort of the better performing team. But the reason why they're performing so well and they're so flawless is, well, they're just putting up a very good performance here.
Yep. Now it's time for PTSE to do something, but honestly, I don't know what kind of options they have. Taking out one of the yellows leaves them exposed.
Yeah, indeed. Like, the question is, how do you score 2? This is the given. You have 2 more stones. Your opponent also has 2 more stones. Yeah, they don't have to score 2, of course. They don't have the hammer. The real question is, how do you steal here?
Trying to bring this one down as far as they can. But this one comes up just light as well. Sweepers did their best, but just a bit underneath, so. Joel indicating they're just going to try to draw it in around behind that red, so. No tour. They just finished the 4th. I'll let you know in a second when they update the scoreboard.
Judas on his way back from a ski holiday, I guess. Maybe he's, in the car.
I think he's coming back tomorrow.
No, he's coming
So
back
he'll
tomorrow.
be-
He's
he'll
on the
be-
slopes.
He'll be available for Sunday. Well, 4 o'clock. He's probably après skiing. Gets a little chip and a roll over underneath.
Oh, that was a very nice chip there.
Yep.
Very nice chip. And
Don't-
PTSE, they still have 1 more stone. Yellow, they have 2 more stones. Or no, they have also 1 more stone.
Did I get ahead of myself
I
here?
think so, yeah. I
Oh,
think this
I
is the last stone for the Hungarians.
I did. There we go.
And in order to steal, they need to become shot after this. If not, a kind of a plan B strategy is kind of limiting Westerberg to just score 1. But yeah, just score 1. That's brings the scoreboard 9-1. Doesn't really change a lot for the Hungarian team. So ideally,
This one coming down with some weight. They're looking to move a lot of stones here.
Yeah.
Gets rid of 1, 2, and 3.
and then
That's a big stone
a
there.
triple takeout sitting behind the guards. This is just for me shot of the match.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately-
on the highlight reel.
Yeah. Hope we will have a good angle on that with static cameras at this point, but what a play here. Nothing more to do for Westerberg than to just, I think, double take out, go for a blank, and just start off at number 6 with the hammer.
Yep. I think even giving up a steal of 1 isn't going to hurt them. Gives them the hammer. This one a little bit outside, gets rid of the 1. So that is a steal of 1 for...
And there it is, the first steal. 8-2, 3 more ends. They need to steal on average 2 stones per end to tie the game. I don't know if I can say mission very hard.
Mission difficult, yes. Almost maybe mission impossible.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but I wouldn't want to be in their shoes right now, to be honest.
Nope.
As we
We have an update over on sheet A. Bjorka scored 1 in the 4th to take a 3-2 lead over Varaken as they enter the 5th end. Dala and Zhu still in the 4th end, with Dala leading that 2-1.
in fact, at Team Dalla is still like in the game. I think that is a solid performance on its own. I mean, Haninen put up a strong performance against you. Now Dalla seems to be doing so. And we'll have to wait and see what's happening on Shide. Still too close to really kind of announce potential winner there.
All right, so Milan will be starting things off here in the 6th end for PTSE as they stole one in the 5th. Try to start to claw their way slowly back into this match. I think this is going to be a pivotal end. It's either going to be a big end for PTSE or it's going to be handshakes.
Yeah, I think they would need to steal 3 or 4 in order to want to kick off end number 7. Anything below that is probably resulting into a handshake. Even stealing 3 leaves them chasing 5 to 8, handing over the hammer to Westerberg. That's also not easy.
No.
We were correct. Tuur is in fact watching the stream on the slopes.
This one coming around into the house, stays a little bit wide, goes a little bit deep, but does get buried behind that red guard. PTSE setting up a second center guard. They are going hard for the steal here.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they don't have much choice. I think
so far, out of all of the voters, the most of them choosing Westerberg. Somebody choosing a tie. I love that.
yeah, we don't tend to do that when John and I make our predictions. Mostly we pick a team where I cannot really recall where we made a tie situation. Because our motto is, if you're gonna kind of root and if you're gonna make predictions, then yeah, a tie, what's there to root for? You want to kind of root for a team.
Yeah, you want to vote for a win.
Yeah.
So if the internet's bad for Tuur on the slopes, that means he doesn't mind the stuttering in the camera because it's all stuttering for him anyway.
Maybe he doesn't know yet. Maybe he thinks
it's his internet. Yes.
Yeah.
So this one just being thrown through. Not really wanting to allow PTSE to build up anything, have a hit and roll or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, really playing the scoreboard here, which makes it even harder if you're Hungarian men, because you know they're gonna just give you nothing to use, and then as soon as they have an opportunity to start taking out your guards, well, that's the first thing they'll do, without a doubt.
This one coming in, trying to get it around behind those guards. Is that too wide? I think it feel like it is. I think there's just not as much curl as we would have hoped, and it kind of sticks out there. Maybe still out. All right. There's an update from Sheet C. Zoo scored 2 in the 4th, so they lead it 3-2 over Dalla as they head into the 5th end. Big weight coming here from Westerberg. They're just going to start knocking the bejesus out of stones.
Very, very good. And I mean, look at the weight on that. That kind of tells you something on how good a team is, basically throwing this accurate with this amount of weights.
Well, obviously they would have liked that to have slid over just a little bit more instead of sitting in the middle, but better to have their stone there instead of the other teams.
Yeah, there's nothing that prevents you from clearing out your own guards. It's not because it's your own stone that you cannot touch it anymore. But we'll have to see how this end develops. What?
Wanted to try to get this one tucked in behind that yellow, but it feels like it's too wide. Still collect as a guard over their red, but is it so close they could double those out?
I feel like a peelway double takeout's coming in again. Yes, sir. The international gesture of let's get some stones moving, making that V shape
Just
with the arms.
whack the heck out of it. Now, because of the way they're lined up, that back red would jam on the yellow, so they're gonna have to come over the face and hit it outside.
Yeah, unless it has enough weight, then basically there's only one specific angle where the jam happens. If not, everything goes out.
But that is
Oh,
the jangle
solid
that
play.
they wanted. Perfect.
Solid play, and it seems so effortless. Again, I mentioned it before, but they give the impression they throw these games every Sunday on an afternoon. Just okay, sure, peel, why not? Tap tap. There you go. No more red in the house.
Trying to draw this one around behind these yellows, get some protection over it. This one feels like it's coming down wide. Yeah, that's very wide. That's not going to slide over. Just an open hit for Westerberg here. This one's staying a little bit outside, but still gets a job done and
Even
rolls over.
finds that nice roll.
Yeah.
Even at this stage of the game where they don't need to be extremely precise, they throw stones like this. Like, what do you do at some point? You think the Hungarian team already kind of accepted this fate. Just take the results, take a break, and start scouting your next team. Because this is the last game of the day for Team PTSE. They will be playing tomorrow. Small tap off. Yellow cannot curl around. Will sit right in the middle of the yellow square, so to say.
PTSE is one of the teams that has 3 matches tomorrow. Busy day for them.
Yeah, and we will see them back tomorrow evening. It will be our evening stream against Team Björke. So maybe if they're fast, they can catch part of that last game.
Right there on the nose, pushes the red out of the way, covers up.
Now with all the stones in play, there is an off chance of stealing here. Westerberg with the hammer. But they need one good draw in between a couple of those yellow stones, and the way that yellow stone, like in the middle, in between all of the 4 yellow stones, is sitting there. I think even the shot stone is still reachable. Not easy.
Looking for something here, needing to get the weight and the line right. Sweeper's trying to help this one down. Feels like it is inside, and yeah, that is going to tap on that yellow and actually push it into the house.
Yeah.
So that, I believe, will be Westerberg sitting 5. Not really the way PTSE wanted to start their tournament. I think we're looking very much like a 6-ender here. Little coming in nicely. Is that going to chip off the yellow?
All it needs to do is kind of block that drawing area there.
Does, yep.
And it does. I mean, maybe I've seen 2 mistake out from Westerberg, but aside from that, such a solid performance from the Swedish team here.
Yep.
Such a solid performance.
PTSE looking at options that they just don't have. Like, they are kind of looking that maybe, just maybe, that's their only hope, is hitting there, rolling inside. But I'm not really sure that's even there. That's such a tight gap between those 2 stones.
Yeah, it needs to roll in and settle into the forefoot. In a way, it's better than that yellow stone in the back that's, I think, just biting the forefoot. Another way is to tap off that left yellow stone.
Here and then come out.
That's also not easy.
Nope.
They're out of easy options.
There is a potential here running this red back onto the yellow, but
then you also have to find that little gap.
yeah, it's none of this looks fun.
I
mean, how let's put it this way: it would be fun to throw if it didn't mean so much.
I like indeed the option they're going for, trying to come in over the right side and tap off that yellow stone. Seems like in terms of feasibility and chances of success, the best option. Therefore, not saying it's an easy option. Because the hard thing is, if your line is not perfect, you're just hitting one of those front yellow stones, and then you're looking at, again, a steal of 2, 3.
So this gets around their guard, gets rid of 1.
A steal of 4, maybe 5 if that one yellow is biting, but at least 4.
It's not a steal. They also have.
Oh, right, yeah, they have
down,
hammer.
So
yeah.
Westerberg has hammer, so they're looking
Yeah.
to see if that one is inside in the house. So they're just going to draw around on this side.
Yep. Yeah, what can we say? I mean, solid performance from the team in the blue jerseys
They
here.
technically haven't shaken hands yet, so even if they do score 6, there's still at least one more end they could play.
Yeah, but if they
That's
decide
very
to shake
unlikely,
hands,
yeah.
I would understand. I would not blame them for...
I honestly would be like, why aren't you shaking hands if they decide to play another end?
And I think that one Yellowstone is sitting in the house, so this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That is going to be a 6 house there.
Yeah, and that's... You can see Lorinka...
There we have handshakes. The Hungarian boys not really happy with the way they played. But they come down, so that is... Let me update the score here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We go and we shake hands.
And we're going to see Joel doing what skips do to deserve some extra karma. The only thing that's left to do, basically, and that is to put up the final score, grasp into that plastic bin that is not there to grow some plants, but just updating the final score and see.
Skip karma, we love that, and then the X on the final end just to make things official. Now, the other way he could have gotten more points is had he actually tallied up the score, but that feels like it would be a little bit mean.
Tally up the score and then bring your team over to make a selfie with the scoreboard, and then call your mom to say, hey mom, I'm just right here, and Zemst on the ice, and you know what just happened. But solid performance, and we only need to do one thing. Joel to ask, why did you not have any mercy, Joel? That is my first question. I'm going to ask him when he pops over here at the interview booth. Well, John, it felt like this was never a fair fight for the Hungarians.
No, Team Westerberg came out strong and just didn't let their foot up off the gas. The Hungarian guys just really never finding lines, weights, not really finding much of anything tonight, or this afternoon. So yeah, so the commentator's curse comes again.
Yes, yes, he's already here, and the glasses look a bit foggy because Joel has been on the ice for over 2 hours, I guess. I didn't keep track of the
you
time.
can stand back by the booth there,
and you look in here. All right.
And so we will come over to Joel. First of all, congratulations.
All right, thank you so much.
You guys got on it from the beginning and just kept the foot down and got it over pretty fast.
Yeah, I think we had some advantage being the second game of ours, because the first game we had similar struggles as the other team did. So
yeah, it definitely seemed like you were able to find the speeds and the line on the ice a lot faster than PTSE. So definitely made it an easier afternoon for you than or this morning.
Yeah. So because it feels better now playing than the first game. Yeah.
Was there much of a difference between you played on the C sheet this morning and the B sheet this afternoon? Much difference between the two?
Yeah, the B sheet is very, very honest, kind of. It's the same card both sides.
Okay.
The C sheet was a bit straighter from the wall, so to say.
Yeah, that's
so
common,
this was easier from a skip's perspective, but yeah.
That's good.
But honest, they're both pretty good, so yeah, nothing to complain about.
You're sitting 2 wins now, 2 wins out of 2 games. A perfect Friday, so you can sleep like a baby tonight in your bed.
Maybe about some beer before, but yeah.
Oh yes,
we got some time.
We can only recommend. Will you and the team start dream about a potential final and a potential cup during the night? Or
sorry, I couldn't hear.
Will you and the team dream about a final victory here at the tournament tonight,
well,
or is it too soon?
We want to go to the semis for sure, and then it depends on who we're up against. But of course, we're dreaming about the win. But yeah,
one more win, and I would say you guys would be top 2 in your group. That's definitely strong.
I think 3 wins is the sweet spot really to get out. Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Good start. two for 2 on Friday. You've got 2 more tomorrow. Yeah. And do you play one of the early matches tomorrow? Yeah,
we're playing early and then immediately after that. So
okay.
Yeah. That's...
and one more question. What do you have to hide? What's your secret? Because we noticed on the back of your shirt there's red or black tape.
Yeah.
So is there a sponsor that is not ready to be out there on the internet, or is there a secret that you wanted to kind of mask right before of the game?
Well, we can keep it a secret for now. I'll just tell you in the final.
Okay.
So no spoilers yet. We'll have to wait until Sunday afternoon to know what's on the back of Joel.
Yeah. Maybe the tape will come off. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe it says 2025 WCT Belgium Men's Challenger.
That would be something just under that. Yeah, that would be
like pre-printed shirts, being super arrogant about it, and just put tape on it. That would be a classic.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's not that, but yeah.
No. All right. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations
again.
So
and good work.
Thank you. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. All right, popping it back to the booth. Right, John, I think all we need to say is thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with us. We will try and see if we can fix a bit of these network issues for the next stream, because we are down to the last game already of today, later today at 6 o'clock. If you are not tired of us, well, then we have some good news for you, because tomorrow, 4 games. Sunday, 2 more games, and then we have a whole set of games over on Korea TV if you really want to watch everything we've ever made. But then you're set for hours and hours and hours of premium curling content.
Yes, Amy, we will remember to power cycle. I am done for the day. It is my son's birthday, so I have a family gathering this evening. So Pim will be joined by tournament director Gary Hermans this evening. Hopefully, we'll be able to power cycle everything editing and get all of the technical gremlins out of the way before I leave. But that you will be in good hands with Pim and Gary. So until then, I think that's in another hour and a half or so. Bye-bye.
Bye now.